Welcome back, folks, to another exciting edition of Let's Play Expeditions Conquistador. As always, I'm your host, J2 John Jeremy, and last we left off, we successfully finished the combat tutorial of the game. Now, I know it's not something that I should be promoting, but it turns out you can actually lose that tutorial, so I'll chalk it up as a win. Now, Umberto de Rosso, the individual who we were fighting against, has told us that he is willing to sign off for us to get back our supplies and our crew. We just need to go to the governor's mansion to get him to sign off as well. Well, I'm all for getting the hell off this island here and start exploring. So let's go ahead and head back to the governor's mansion and see what he has to say. Returning to the palace, you're made to wait for an insultingly long time while the governor finishes some allegedly important responsibilities. Fortunately, the palace has a very lovely garden courtyard where you can sit and pass the time. When you're finally let through to the Mazzinato, it is without even a hint of apology for the wait. Yes, good. I take it you passed whatever test De Rossi had devised for you then. I expect you'll be pleased to know the perfect opportunity has turned up for you to serve the people of Santo Domingo. Oh, wait a second. Hold on here. I did your test, passed it, guy's signing me off. Let me get my stuff, let me go. I did not cross the Atlantic Ocean to play fetch for you. Once I've stocked up on supplies, I'm leaving to explore the mainland. I think not. I'm releasing the confiscated contents of your cargo hold to you, but your ship is still in my custody and will remain so until I'm done with you. Entendido? This is an outrage. You have no right to confiscate my personal property. Your father's property? I have every right. I could turn the cannons of the fortress on your ship and send it to the bottom of the Ozama River if I decided to. And you would have no recourse to stop me. The sooner you realize that your objections are futile, the sooner we can get down to the business of how you might earn my permission to mount your expedition. The governor's arrogance seems to coalesce and roll over you in smothering waves. I see that I have no choice. The governor makes a small pause to savor this little victory. Then he folds his face into a businesslike expression. As you may have surmised, several problems encroach upon our control over this island. Most urgently, our supply lines to Santiago de los Caballeros in the north are being disrupted by a native cult of pagans that we suspect is using some old ruins in the deepest jungles of the island. Our supply lines must be secured, or the people of Santiago will soon be severely threatened by the slaves and the rebels. And the troops of Santo Domingo have allowed this to go unaddressed? Captain Noriega refuses to take his troops anywhere near those ruins, and in any event, they cannot be spared. They are needed to protect the city against the slaves. Okay, well, if we have to do this anyway, we might as well, commit to it. It's definitely an opportunity to get our name across. There is that. And we can cut our teeth on some combat, too. We definitely want to do that before we head to the mainland. So, okay. I have no such superstitious misgivings. Where are the ruins located? East, northeast from here. That way. The jungle gets denser and the ground turns swampy. The ruins are somewhere in the middle of it. Bear in mind, we know next to nothing of this cult. We don't know what kind of people they are, or how much of a fight they'll be putting up. I suggest you catch them by surprise and cut them down first. There'll be plenty of time to find out what they've been up to later. We'll see what the situation looks like when we get there. Di Mazzaneto waves disinterestedly. Yes, yes. I'm sure you'll figure it out. Feel free to keep whatever items of worth you uncover in that place. We'll call it your reward for a job well done. Return here when it's over, and we shall discuss your next assignment. The words next assignment don't ring too well in our ears, I can tell you that much for sure. Let's go ahead and leave the palace. As you leave the governor's office, you are met by a young woman in uniform. Capitan Yon Hermaes. Isabella de Ruenes at your service. I will take you to the docks and oversee the transfer of your cargo into your possession. Oh? Well, Yon just got a scolding by the governor, so he likes to take small moments of victory like this, and let's go ahead and take her hand and kiss it. You lift her hand to your lips and kiss it gently. She blushes ferociously and conceals a smile behind her hand. Follow me, please. And we end our event. So if we take a look at what is available to us, we can see that the governor's mansion is still highlighted for some reason. We can also speak to this individual here, and the pile of what I assume to be supplies over here. What do we do if we go back to the governor's mansion? The governor's staff informs you that he does not wish to be disturbed unless you've got something important to report. Okay. Let's go to this person here. Can we zoom in? Yes, we can. Looks like it's a woman. A concerned-looking woman flags you down in the street. Capitan Hermaes, a moment of your time, if you would be so kind. We're kind of busy right now. Make it quick, Senora. I would humbly ask that you keep your men away from our young girls. The arrival of your contingency caused quite a stir here, and your men should know that our girls are virtuous, and we would very much like them to stay that way. Well, that's a bit awkward. Basically, what she's asking is that none of our men decide to take the women of Santo Domingo into their beds, keeping their chastity. I'm assuming that she's representing a nunnery or, I guess, a school, perhaps? I'm not too sure, actually. So, normally, I would just say that I don't care. There's something that piques my interest, though, about this, is that she knew my name. I've only told a couple people my name here since we've arrived. I've told the guard captain, I've told the governor, I've told the combat instructor, and our escort just knows our name because she's also from the governor's mansion. I'm assuming this woman is as well because she also knows my name. So I don't want to piss off anybody too much anymore. Let's just agree, you know, and just placate her. My troops are gentlemen, and I assure you, they would never dream of opposing themselves upon your young ladies, Senora. Thank you. I can see that you are a man of grace who understands the importance of protecting a young girl's virtue. I am relieved by your assurances. I'm not going to bow to her? No. No, we don't bow. Of course. Adios. Adios, Capitan. Okay, and we end our event there. And, looks like we head over to the supplies now. I like my horse. Santo Domingo docks. Isabella leads you back to the docks, where Umberto de Rossi is jovially overseeing the final customs check of your cargo from the comfort of his chair, pipe firmly held between his teeth. Uncharacteristically, he gets up to greet you when Isabella announces your presence. Of course he should get up and greet me. I'm a Spanish nobleman. He is not. Thus, he gets up when I arrive. So, we meet again. Sooner than I'd expected, I must admit. And I see you've met Isabella. She's a polite young woman, isn't she? the daughter of Andreas de Ruenes, who came over with Columbus on the Santa Maria. So you might say she's got the pioneer spirit in her blood. Old Andreas had her with a Taino girl he took a fancy to, but as far as I'm concerned, she's as Spanish as they come. Umberto nudges Isabella affectionately, which does little to remove the beet red color of utter embarrassment from her cheeks. We're intrigued by this woman. We did introduce ourselves in an interesting manner. Let's find out more about her. Are you hoping to follow in your father's footsteps, señorita? She seems confused at first, but then she realizes that you must be referring to her uniform. My father was a great explorer, with a powerful lust for adventure. He was not much of a military man, but I must don the uniform to walk a similar path as he did, and I have done so without hesitation. Even Umberto seems a little puzzled by her cryptic phrasing, but he quickly changes the topic back to the matter at hand. Yes, well, perhaps that's a story for another time. I expect Captain Nora will be wanting to collect his cargo now. Indeed. He gestures toward the cargo packages neatly stacked on the wooden boardwalk of the harbor. It's all here, Capitan. 800 reales worth of gold and silver treasure, 1 week of rations for 10 troops valued at 700 reales, medicine and medical equipment to the tune of 800 reales, and 2,000 reales worth of military equipment. Good. You can verify this, Martinez? So remember, we had sent Rita back to the cargo hold of the ship to protect it in case there was any sticky fingers around, Martinez being Rita's last name. Your soldier nods. I've been keeping a close eye on the dock workers. I caught one of them trying to pocket some of our valuables. He won't be trying that again soon. Good job, Rita. I'm going to need horses and carts, and some servants. Of course. You may take 3 carts from the garrison, seeing how Noriega's contingent seems to be afraid to leave the confines of the town anyway. I believe we can spare a dozen slaves from the docks to serve you on your incursions into the island. Okay. Just real quick, keep this in mind. Game. Alright? Alright. Please make the arrangements at once. I wish to leave as soon as our supplies have been loaded onto the carts. Umberto nods and hurries off toward the palace. Isabella de Ruenes steps forward again. So, your mother is Taino. I figure we might as well continue our small talk. Isabella's facial expression hardens visibly, and a tint of defensiveness is carried across in her voice. She was a good woman. She loved my father very much. Oh, hold on now. I meant nothing by it. You must have had an interesting childhood. I suppose it was. It was confusing at times, but I learned a great many things. Sometimes I feel torn between Spanish and Taino culture, but other times I find strength in the duality. Okay. Let's just smile here, I think. You say nothing, but simply give Isabella a friendly smile. Suddenly, she seems to remember what she was about to say, and stands at attention. I hope I'm not out of line for asking this, but I would be honored if you would permit me to join your expedition. Oh? Our first recruit, perhaps? Do you have experience in battle? I have trained for many hours with Umberto, but no. I have never faced a real enemy. I would be happy to simply help with the carts and work around the camp every night, until I am ready to fight. Hold on. Hold on. You see Rita. I just sent Rita to the cargo hold to protect the goods. What if she had come across some strong individuals that wanted to steal them? People around here are expected to do their jobs, not just help with the carts and work around the camp. It's not exactly what we're looking for. Don't think I'll go easy on you because you're a woman. Under my command, Everybody pulls their own weight. I would not expect anything less. I'll do whatever is required of me. Go and sign up with Umberto, then. A sparkling grin graces Isabella's face, and she sets off at a brisk pace toward the fortress to pack her things. Alright. Well, I guess that's good too, because if she is half Spanish, half Taino, that'll also, I guess, increase the morale of our open-minded individuals. Although I guess it decreases the morale of the mechanically racist, I'm just going to putting it that way, the mechanically racist characters in our party. Also, she may be a good translator. Who knows? And I didn't actually ask her if she could speak the language. Good question, John. If we get an opportunity, we'll ask that. Let's go ahead and head over here. I guess it's a market. This is the trading screen. Trading is a bartering system where you can trade your resources for the merchant's goods. On the left side, you can see the merchant's purchasable resources. On the right side, you can see your own tradable resources. If a merchant has a low supply of a resource, they will value that resource higher than usual. If the merchant has a high supply of a resource, they will value that resource lower than normal. Whenever possible, aim to buy resources in high supply and sell resources in low supply. All traders are reset every 7 days. Cool. Santo Domingo Market. The marketplace of Santo Domingo is tiny compared to the markets back in Spain, but at the same time it carries an air of importance that must come from being the central hub for commerce on Hispaniola. Let's see what we can find here. So, there's a high supply of valuables, which is because he's got the gold, a normal supply of rations, and a high supply of medicine. Okay. So if I... Ooh. That is pretty expensive, I think. Ouch. So even in high supply, it still costs 137 valuables to pick up 5 medicine against my 800 valuables. Not a good thing. And a normal supply of equipment. Not good. Okay. Not a good trade right now. What's over here? This house is the home of Santo Domingo's best healer, Maria Tojiro. She can help you get your injured followers back on their feet quickly, if you bring her the needed medicine. Okay, so we have a healer at base, basically. Nice, good to know. What about here? Oh, a cathedral, a church. The cathedral is still under construction, and it shows. But it's already being used for weekly sermons and daily prayers by the colonists. Let's attend a sermon. Today's sermon is delivered by a Franciscan monk named Caro from the town's monastery. The sermon is quite different from the seasonal themes you're used to back in Spain. It's clearly colored by the trials of settling the new world. After the sermon, Hermano Caro stands by the door to thank everybody for attending as they leave. He is a slender man in his mid-60s with a long white beard and gentle eyes. When you shake his hand, he gives you one look and then pulls you aside. Your Grace, a moment of your time, please. Captain Nora has mentioned you in passing. He said you and your troops might be heading north to Santiago de los Caballeros within the foreseeable future. We're a pious individual. We respect the church and its followers, I guess. Our party is also pretty pious as well. Would you like me to deliver a message? In the matter of speaking, I'm hoping I could convince you to bring a modest load of Bibles to the good people of Santiago. Are Bibles really the shipment the people of Santiago need the most? Regular caravans of more important supplies go between Santo Domingo and Santiago, but this is a special shipment. The Word of God is sadly not reproduced in quantities as large as food and weapons. If this shipment were to be lost, it would be something approaching a tragedy. Okay, Well, this could be an opportunity for us to increase the morale of our more pious crew members. Although our greedy crew members would ask for compensation. I think we have more pious members than greedy members, though, so let's go ahead and just do it. Very well. Have the shipment brought to my carts, hermano. I will see that they get there safely. The monk shakes your hand enthusiastically. Thank you, Capitan. Id con Dios. Alright. Goals started the word of God, so goals are probably like mini quests, it looks like. Anybody else here for us to visit? Yeah, there's a house over here. Let's go ahead and see what this house is. You're passing by a large home in the northern part of town when a man comes out through the front door and trots towards you with a raised arm. Trots? Trots? Okay. Excuse me, senor. A moment of your time, please. We'll just remain silent. You are the new Capitan that came here on the Maria Teresa, are you not? I've seen your troops. They look very capable. The man hesitates. I am wondering if perhaps you would be willing to hire some of your men to perform a task for me. I am willing to compensate you for their time, within reason. I like how I immediately start talking then. I don't believe we've been introduced. Oh no, I quite forgot. Please forgive me. My name is Marin Choquero. I am treasurer to the governors of Santo Domingo. Oh? Treasurer, eh? Yon Hermayas. Now, what is this task? My wife is a soldier under Noriega's command. She was sent on a patrol to the mountains northwest of here, but her detachment hasn't returned. They are weeks overdue. I am beside myself with worry. He does indeed to be beside himself with worry. Have you spoken to Noriega? Choquero clenches his fist. Noriega shares my concern, but he insists he cannot spare the troops to send after my wife, particularly now that he has just lost the detachment. Oh? Well, this could be a good opportunity for us to show up Noriega. I'm okay with that. Definitely okay with that. I will take my people into the mountains and search for your wife. He nearly erupts into tears. Thank you, Capitan Ramayas. Her name is Lucia Choquero. She's a sergeant in the army. She is 31 years old, has long black curls, and she wears a medallion with my portrait inside it. Please, I will pay you whatever you wish if you will only find out what has happened to her. Marin Choquero thanks you again several times, and then he thanks each of those troops who are with you before finally withdrawing to his home again. Okay, another goal, the medallion. Something tells me things did not turn out well for that woman, but we'll find out a bit later, I guess. Looks like the only person left here to speak with is going to be this guard here. So let's go ahead and do just that. One of Noriega's soldiers stops you as you're leaving Santo Domingo. If you have a moment, Senor Ramayas, Capitan Noriega would like to have one last word with you before you leave. He'll be here momentarily. I guess the only option here is to wait for Noriega, so let's wait. Noriega shows up a few minutes later. Thank you for waiting. I don't know what Di Mazzonado told you about me. I may be far past my prime, but I'm no fool. I've spent a lot of time in these jungles, and I just want to make sure you know what you're getting yourself into. Okay. We're a good tactician, and tacticians never say no to battle advice, especially when you're in a brand new territory. Even if we don't like Noriega, we'll still respect his advice as somebody who's been here before. Any advice you have, I will consider. There are many dangers on this island. Savages, rebels, bandits. But the most dangerous foe is hunger. Be mindful of your food reserves. Each person in your expedition will need 1 ration every day, and nobody likes having to go hungry. Okay, I will be careful. Do you have anything else? There are 5 major settlements on this part of the island. Santo Domingo here, Santiago de los Caballeros in the northeast, a Taino fishing village on the north coast, another Taino village in the jungle to the east, and a 3rd Taino village on the eastern peninsula. The Taino are friendly, by and large, but there are a few factions that will go to great lengths to remove us from this island. If they try to remove me, they will not find it such an easy task. The old man frowns. Yes, well, don't get ahead of yourself. Like I said, most Taino are very friendly. Well, that was all I wanted to say. Id con Dios. Id con Dios. And we end our event. And it looks like the game is now allowing us to leave Santo Domingo. What will we find beyond the walls of this settlement? The guards are already warning us of potential superstitious events, Taino friendly, non-friendly savages. We've got our crew with us. We've got our supplies with us, but we are still hesitant to go out there into the great unknown. Find out what happens next time on Let's Play Expeditions Conquistador. Until then, this is J Square John Jeremy signing off, saying so long and take care.